Hi, this is Rick at Cycle Fitness. We're sitting here in the middle of January and it's time to start thinking about riding indoors. You can certainly go outdoors in the winter, but some days it's just impossible. So we're going to talk about riding indoors, whether it's on a trainer or riding in a indoor cycling group or a spin class or whatever you want to call it. But the first thing I want to mention are the 3 contact points with the bicycle. The first contact point that's pretty obvious is the seat, and bike shorts are a big help. All bike shorts have a padding for obvious reasons, and I know a lot of people have solved a lot of problems with the right bike shorts. Bike shorts, the legs are also a little bit longer than a regular short pair of shorts, so you don't get the chafing on the inside of your leg that you would get if you're wearing something like a gym short. Contact point number 2 are gloves. And gloves are padded also for obvious reasons because you're putting pressure on them. And actually Specialized makes almost all their gloves have an ulna nerve pad. And that's that nerve right there. That's where you put a lot of weight on the handlebars. And I gotta say it works very, very well. And so this is another important contact point to deal with when you're riding indoors or outdoors. And then the last thing I want to focus a little bit more on are your feet. Now, if you're riding a bicycle or you're riding an indoor bike with a regular running shoe or a tennis shoe or a court shoe, there's a lot of problems with that. The first thing is it's very flexible. So every time you push down on the pedals, your foot moves. And that does 2 things. It robs you of your efficiency. So instead of making the pedal go, you're making the shoe bend. It also puts a lot of pressure on one point. So a lot of people, their feet will go numb in their indoor cycling class because there's a lot of pressure. And then another problem with that is, this is the pedals that you find on spin bikes quite often. And you obviously have to be attached to the bike somehow, and they have this strap that goes around a regular tennis shoe. And you really have to tighten it down. It puts a lot of pressure on the top of your foot, and that can be uncomfortable and also cause numbness. So it's not really a good idea to wear a tennis shoe or a court shoe on an exercise bike or a spin bike or an indoor cycling bike. Or it's just not nearly as efficient as a cycling shoe. Now a cycling shoe can look like a normal shoe. Almost any cycling shoe that has the 2-bolt, it's called SPD bolt pattern for the cleat, allows you to lock in on an indoor cycling bike in this little portion here. So you're actually pedaling with this pedal looking like this, and the cleats clip in. So for starters, you've got a stiff shoe. This is very stiff. When you push on the pedals, this shoe doesn't bend, and it's very noticeable, especially if you go outside. If you've been riding in a tennis shoe or a court shoe and you go outside, man, these shoes, you put these on and it's just amazing how much faster you feel, and you are faster. It's more efficient. And then you're also clipped into the pedal. And I mean, you're really clipped in. You can pull up, push across the top, wipe your feet on the bottom. You can pedal circles with a cycling shoe. And you're using more muscles, you're getting a better workout, and you're going to be more comfortable. And there's a lot of different ones, you know. They make them that have Velcro. This particular one's runs a little bit wider, so people with wider feet like the Tahoe style shoe with laces. And the other nice thing is, if you're really toying with going outside, you've just been riding indoors, this is the place to learn clipless pedals on a spin bike. And it's not that difficult, especially if you let us introduce you to it and adjust the tension on the pedals. So we are going to try to help promote this Cycle in Place, and it's called Cycle in Place, and it's right up the road in Newtown here on Main Street, and it's at 274 South Main Street, so it's just this side of the Stop and Shop as you're going north on the same side of the road as we are. And it's an incredible facility made just for cycling. They're going to do cycling and yoga here. It's not a gym, it's just made for indoor cycling, and they've got 20-some bikes. They're having their grand opening tomorrow night, which is Friday the 18th from 6:30 till 9 o'clock. So come on down and check it out. Bring your gear if you like. We're going to do a little 15-minute sessions to kind of get a feel for the instructors and the bikes. And I will be teaching on Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 7:30. And it's definitely more of a cycling specific workout. So those of you who like to ride outdoors, most guys like my indoor workouts pretty good. And then Mickey, who also works here, will be teaching Tuesday and Thursday mornings, sometime around 7. I'm not exactly sure. You'll have to go to cycleinplace.com. And again, that's at 274 South Main, just north of us. So good luck. Have a great 2013, and we'll see you at the club. Thanks.